The internet has entered that strange Nollywood phase again, where fans are no longer watching movies normally. Every little scene is now turning into a full investigation, and somehow Pearl Watts and Sonia Uche are now sitting at the center of another comparison war nobody asked for, but everybody somehow joined anyway. Loudly skull. And the funniest part is that this whole thing started from ordinary movie clips that people decided to overanalyze like their lives depended on it. One person posted a simple edit online talking about how Pearl Watts gives calm wife energy in movies, and before you could even refresh your timeline, another group immediately entered the conversation screaming that Sonia Uche has been carrying that exact energy for years. Loudly collision. Now the entire internet is acting like there is a competition happening secretly inside Nollywood that only fans can see. What makes this whole thing even crazier is how both actresses have completely different vibes, but fans keep forcing comparisons every single time. Pearl Watts has this very soft, playful and relaxed acting style that makes people feel like she is naturally sweet without even trying too hard. Then Sonia Uche, on the other hand, has this emotional intensity that makes every scene feel personal, like she is actually living inside the character instead of acting it. But somehow, instead of enjoying both styles separately, fans decided it would be more entertaining to drag them into another unnecessary comparison tournament, and now every comment section looks like a civil war zone. Some people are saying Pearl Watts has this peaceful girlfriend aura that makes romantic scenes feel more realistic, while others are arguing that Sonia Uche still remains unmatched when it comes to emotional chemistry in movies. The funniest comments are the ones where fans start talking like relationship experts because of movie scenes. Loudly crying face. Somebody literally said Pearl Watts looks like the type to calm a man down after stress, while Sonia Uche looks like the type to cry with him through the stress, and somehow people took that conversation seriously for almost 2 days straight. Skull. The internet really does not rest. Then came the edits. Once the editors entered the conversation, everything became worse immediately. Loudly crying face, because now people are creating side-by-side videos, comparing scenes from both actresses like they are football players fighting for Ballon d'Or. One clip shows Pearl Watts smiling softly during a romantic scene while emotional music plays in the background. Then suddenly, the next clip cuts to Sonia Uche crying dramatically in another movie, with slow motion effects and captions like, "Real emotion cannot be taught." Loudly collision. Meanwhile, another group is posting Pearl Watts edits with captions like, "Soft energy wins every time." At this point, nobody even remembers how the comparison started anymore. The craziest thing is that fans are now comparing things that make absolutely no sense. One group is discussing who hugs better in movies, another group is arguing about who looks more natural while cooking scenes happen, and somebody somewhere is seriously debating who gives better eye contact during emotional conversations. Skull. Nollywood fans can genuinely turn anything into a discussion if you give them enough free time online. And of course, once people noticed the engagement these posts were getting, more bloggers and content creators jumped into the conversation immediately because controversy is basically internet fuel. Now loudly crying face. Now every page is posting things like, "Who would you choose?" knowing fully well that fans will enter the comments ready to fight strangers over actresses that probably do not even know this battle exists. Some comments are hilarious, though, because people are defending these actresses like family members. One fan wrote 3 full paragraphs explaining why Sonia Uche's emotional scenes feel spiritually realistic. Loudly crying face, while another fan replied saying Pearl Watts has face expressions that heal stress naturally. What does that even mean? Skull. Another reason this comparison keeps happening is because Nollywood fans love attaching actresses to certain emotional identities. Once fans decide you represent a specific type of woman in movies, they never let it go again. Sonia Uche has already been placed inside that deep emotional lover girl category by many fans, while Pearl Watts is slowly entering that soft, peaceful wife material category online. So every time either of them appears in a romantic movie, fans immediately start measuring energies like scientists conducting experiments. Some fans are even dragging actors into the conversation now, because apparently the internet cannot survive peacefully for 1 second. People are saying certain actors look more comfortable around Pearl Watts, while others insist Sonia Uche creates stronger chemistry on screen. Then the edits become even more dramatic, because now fans are zooming into random smiles and eye contact moments like FBI agents analyzing evidence. Skull. One tiny laugh during a behind-the-scenes clip suddenly becomes proof that an actor enjoys filming more with one actress than the other. It never ends. What makes everything more funny is how both actresses probably wake up peacefully every morning while fans are online writing essays and forming camps, because at the end of the day, these comparisons usually have less to do with the actresses themselves and more to do with how viewers emotionally connect with movie characters. Some people naturally prefer softer, calm personalities, while others love intense emotional storytelling. But instead of accepting that different styles can exist together, the internet always wants one person to win. The imaginary battle skull. Even neutral fans who tried to calm the situation down ended up making things worse, somehow loudly crying face. One person tweeted that both actresses are talented in different ways, and immediately people started accusing them of secretly choosing sides. Another person said Nollywood needs more actresses with different personalities instead of constant comparisons, and somehow the replies still turned into another debate about who delivers emotional lines better. Skull. There is literally no escape once the internet locks onto a topic like this. And honestly, this entire situation shows how deeply fans pay attention to Nollywood now. Years ago, people just watched movies and moved on with life, but now every expression, every chemistry moment, and every emotional scene becomes internet content. For weeks, loudly crying face fans pause scenes, crop screenshots, create edits, write theories, and suddenly normal acting performances turn into trending conversations overnight. One random scene can create 50 arguments before sunset. The funniest part might actually be the people pretending not to care while secretly following every update, because those same people saying, "Why are fans comparing women again?" are also sitting comfortably in comment sections, reading every argument with popcorn energy. Skull. Everybody claims the comparison is unnecessary, but nobody wants to leave the conversation alone. At this